Now let's talk about this, and we are going to be putting on these declarations. This is ex-CDC Director Robert Redfield. He believes, according to Robert Redfield, YouTube, please don't ban me. It's not me. Robert Redfield believes that Rona came from the lab in Wuhan because of the evolution from bats, which coronaviruses come from bats, to humans. The progression of that evolution, he claims that, and I read a little bit on this, is that the virus cannot jump straight from a bat to a human being. It needs to passes through uh, different evolutionary forms to be able to function in the system for humans. He believes this process was done too fast, and it could have not been done in nature at this speed. But let me not me tell it to you. Let him tell it to you himself. This was some declarations on CNN.
I still think the most likely etiology of this pathogen in Wuhan was from a laboratory, escaped. Other people don't believe that. That's fine. Science will eventually figure it out. It's not unusual for respiratory pathogens that are being worked on in a laboratory to infect a laboratory worker.
You heard what he said, right? That he believes that. Look what he says. Redfield argued that it would be biologically unlikely for a disease jumping from bats to humans to become infectious so quickly.
It's my opinion, right? But I am a virologist. I have spent my life in virology. I do not believe this somehow came from a bat to a human, and at that moment in time, the virus that came to the human became one of the most infectious viruses that we know in humanity for human-to-human transmission.
So we got virologists saying stuff like this, right? These are not like nobodies. This is not This is not the Valentine show. This is not some guy on the internet. This is people who are spend their lives in virology, and yet the people that could get to the truth because of so millions of people that died, like the United States is a bunch of weaklings and fools, and not only the United States but the whole world is not going to be knocking at the door of China, makes no sense. And it's insanity, to be honest, where I mean, it gets me furious, to be honest. So much destruction was unleashed on the world, and a reputable doctor like this man right here, a virologist, is coming out and he's saying these, and we don't have no answers coming from stupid organizations like the World Health Organization, and who's supposed to be, they're not supposed to be partisan or anything like that, and yet we're not getting no answers from where did this thing came from. Why not? And there's no hope in Joe Biden administration. There's no hope on that. There's no hope on that. But not only the Joe Biden administration. How about the rest of the world? How about France? How about the UK? How about other countries too? Shouldn't they be asking question? How did this monster was unleashed on humanity? Was this because of a fault? And do they have a price to pay? Gets me furious, to be honest. The former director of the Center of Disease Controls and Prevention believes the virus that caused Rona 19 escaped from a lab in Wuhan, China, according to a new interview. Robert Redfield told CNN on Friday that it was his opinion that the SARS-CoV-2, the new coronavirus responsible for killing $2.7 million, $2.7 million, 2.7 million people globally, did not evolve naturally. And when the United States of America, the beacon of freedom worldwide, that they fly the the flag of the United States and a whole bunch of different countries, sits down with the people where this virus came from, doesn't have the audacity and to ask a question of these people that might be responsible for the death of 2.7 million souls.